Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of What's on My Table. So, today I have the MI 360 Home Security Camera 2K Pro. So, how exactly is this different from the predecessor? So, the previous version was just a MI 360 camera which you could control and move left and right. Well, this does even that. But there are some clear advantages of this camera over its predecessor. So, we're going to see what are those benefits. It's got dual band Wi Fi. Now that is definitely an advancement over the previous version. This has got a 2.4 gigahertz and a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi connection, and it's got AI motion detection. The previous version also had AI motion detection, which means if there was nothing moving in the frame, it would not capture pictures or it wouldn't send you a reminder. Whereas now it also detects motion, but it not just detects motion, it also moves along with anything that's detected in the frame that is moving. Well, I tried this once. I tried this a couple of times, but it wasn't all that effective because I moved into the room and the camera was kind of tracking towards me. But the moment I moved in further, it couldn't track me beyond that. So it just got stuck wherever it just moved a little bit initially. So I think I'll get to check this out over the next few days and see what is actually better. Infrared night vision was something that was already there in the older camera, so that's not really a improvement. Apart from that, you've got a nice long cable. This cable is easily around 3 meters long. The older cable was probably around a meter. So we've got 2 extra meters of cabling, which means you can have a power point much further away and you can have the camera in one corner of your room. So in terms of the viewing angle, it's got a 110-degree viewing angle, which means if you put it in the corner of the room, if this is 90 degrees, you'll have a little more of 110 degrees that gets covered in terms of the span. Apart from that, all other features are like the previous camera. You can actually control it from your phone anywhere in the world as long as it's connected to the Wi-Fi, and you can have it move left, right, top, down up to a certain extent, and you can see what's happening in the place where you installed the camera. So what are the other features of this which make it better than the previous camera? Point number one is that this comes with a higher resolution sensor. So some of the literature that I read stated that it's got a 3 megapixel sensor which actually records 2K video at around 20 frames per second, which is good for a surveillance camera. Surveillance cameras usually capture around 15 frames per second because you can save on a lot of data because you want more footage to be stored on the memory card. One of the other funny things about the memory card is that it states that it can only support 32 GB memory. But guess what? The previous version also said it just does 32 GB memory, and I had to use 32 GB memory cards inside it, micro SD cards. And today, when I wanted to check this out, I was quite disappointed that it only stores a maximum of 32 GB. So I pulled out the card from my drone and I put the 128 GB card into this and formatted everything that was on the card. And guess what? I got 119 GB of data detected by the camera, which means it's actually detected and it's formatted the 128 GB. And it's able to read the 119 GB of data, and it says it can store that much. But it's too early for me to say whether it'll actually store that much data over the next 20-30 days. I'll be able to update in the comments whether that was possible. But the good news is that it is detecting the 128 GB card, which the documentation in the literature said was not possible. And that's some great news. Apart from that, what are the other benefits and features of this camera over the predecessor? The camera's got a 1.4 aperture lens as against the 2.1 f number lens that came with the previous version. So lower the number means the light capturing capability of the lens in low light situations is much better. So when you have a 1.4 lens on this camera, it means that it can actually capture a lot of data clearly in spite of the light levels being low. So that said, the camera is definitely a good buy if you're planning to upgrade it from your previous version. I wouldn't say it's really required, but If you really want the 2K resolution and you think you can see more detail, you can go for it. But honestly, when I saw the quality of the video, I found the quality of the video to be nicer on the previous version. I found this to be, processed sharp. So when I say processed sharp, it looks like it's using some sort of an algorithm to make the image look sharper, but it's not really actually sharp. So that said, we'll know uh, more about its performance when I use it for a little longer. In addition to this, this camera comes with standard mounting accessories like this mounting plate, which can be put onto your ceiling, and you could put the camera upside down and just twist it there. So that said, I think we're done with the first unboxing and review of the MI360 Home Security Camera 2K Pro. So the good thing is that you can still put a 128 GB card, and I'll update in the comments whether you will be able to write to the entire 119 GB that it's detected. I will do that shortly, and I'll keep you guys updated. I hope you enjoyed the session. If there's any specifications or incorrect details shared in the video, please bring them to light. And if you found that you can even put a 256 GB card, let us know about it. It's not like we're going to be taking high resolution pictures with this. We're not taking it on a picnic or doing vlogs on it. But still, the main advantage of a surveillance camera is if something went missing, say 4 months down the line, and you want to actually go back and check and see if something actually was stolen from your house, then you definitely need the 256 GB or maybe the 512 GB if you want to date back to maybe a year ago. So that's the only advantage of having a camera that can read a much larger memory card. So that's it for now. So we'll cut off.